All right, let's dive in. Today we're looking at a really intense piece from the Bible.
Hmm.
We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 54 specifically.
Yes, Psalm 54. And it really just drops you straight into this, well, this crisis situation.
It totally does.
Yeah.
No warm-up. It's like, bam, here's the problem. The main thing, right, is this desperate plea.
Desperate is the word, a cry for help, for vindication, really, making things right when you feel attacked.
Yeah, you feel that attack straight away.
It's this immediate call out to God.
And the opening verses, I mean, they don't hold back at all. The psalmist says straight up, "Save me, O God, by your name. Vindicate me by your might."
It's so direct. Not a polite suggestion. It's an urgent demand almost, like bring your power now.
Exactly. And then there's the description of who's causing the
Oh,
trouble.
yes, the attackers, they're called strangers and ruthless men.
Strangers and ruthless men.
Mhm.
Pretty stark labels.
But the really critical part, I think, the detail the text emphasizes, is why they're a threat in this context. It says they have no regard for God.
No regard for God.
Yeah.
That phrase really lands.
It does. It changes the whole dynamic.
How so? What does that add?
Well, it frames it, doesn't it? It's not just, some personal fight or disagreement.
Right.
It makes the attack feel like it's opposed to God's order or the psalmist's whole worldview, perhaps.
So there's a spiritual dimension layered onto the danger. It's
Yeah.
not just physical or social threat.
Precisely. And that framing, that no regard for God bit, seems to be the foundation for the plea that follows.
Asking God to act by his name and by his might.
Exactly. It links the request directly to who God is, his power, his reputation, especially when facing people described as completely ignoring him.
And then right after describing these attackers, there's that interesting word, Selah.
Oh, right. Selah pops up quite a bit in the songs.
What's the thinking on that? Is it just like a musical pause?
Well, yeah, that's one theory, a musical instruction, or maybe, and I find this compelling, it's a cue, a signal to just stop.
Stop and think.
Yeah. Reflect on what was just said. Let that phrase, men without regard for God, really sink in before moving on.
That makes sense because what comes next is, well, it's a real shift, isn't it?
A huge shift in tone. After laying out the threat, the danger, the plea, suddenly there's this declaration.
Surely God is my help. The Lord is the one who sustains me.
And notice when that's said, it's not like, whew, crisis averted, now I can say God helped me.
No, it feels like it's right in the thick of it.
Exactly. It's a statement of faith, of dependence. While the danger is still very real, it's based on conviction about God, not on the current circumstances.
That's fascinating. That conviction then seems to lead into asking for retribution.
It does, against those who slandered the psalmist,
Yeah.
asking God to destroy them in his faithfulness.
Connecting it back to God's faithfulness and presumably their lack of regard for God.
Right. It ties it all together. And from that point, this declaration of faith, the call for justice, the psalmist moves again.
Towards anticipation
Hmm.
and promising something.
Yeah, anticipating deliverance and promising a response. I will sacrifice a free will offering to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good.
A promise to worship made, again, seemingly before the final rescue.
And the reason given is key. For he has delivered me from all my troubles.
Has delivered. Past tense. Wow.
Yes, it's spoken as if it's already a done deal. That's, absolute confidence in what God will do. Faith looking forward.
Which brings us to that final line, that sort of concluding image.
The culmination of the whole journey in this short psalm.
And my eyes have looked in triumph on my foes.
From feeling attacked, crying out, declaring faith mid-struggle, asking for justice, all the way to this viewpoint of triumph.
Looking down almost on the defeated threat.
So the thought to leave you with from this text is maybe this. What does this journey tell us? Going from being under attack by those who disregard God to confidently saying, he has delivered me, even before it's fully resolved.
Where does that confidence come from, according to the psalm?
Right. And how does that promise of praise, that free will offering made before the end, how does that fit into actually reaching that point of looking in triumph, something to mull over?